And then number 2, we have Mamoswine, which is coming from Piloswine, who is also going to be an absolute beast as far as ice Pokemon. He is going to have a max CP of 3289, which is higher than any of the legendary ice Pokemon and has a higher attack than any of the other ice Pokemon. And so from the Game Boy games, Piloswine needed to know ancient power before he was able to evolve into Mamoswine, but since we have not seen anything like that, that could be a way that we are going to introduce new Pokemon evolutions. But for Pokemon Go and what we've seen in the past, what they may do is add another elemental stone, but maybe not. They may just take 100 candy to evolve this guy. So we don't know exactly, but this is what we've seen from the Game Boy games. But Pokemon Go has not always followed the specific trends as far as everything can go. So they make it a little bit easier and friendly as compared to the Game Boy games, because those games get a little bit more complex and interesting to really try to get those guys to get to the next tier. So let's just check this out. This chart is pretty lengthy, so I'm gonna go ahead and check this out as I talk to you. So we're looking at Mamoswine. 3289 is going to be his max CP, which is higher than any of the other legendaries, ice Pokemon, and any other ice Pokemon that we have seen to date. And so his attack is the highest in all categories. However, Weavile, which is another Gen 4 evolution Pokemon, is actually coming in second as far as attack goes. And then his defense is 157 and his stamina is 220, which is up there. And Lapras is the only other Pokemon that has a stamina that is higher than him. So Lapras is a tanky Pokemon, not quite as good as attacking, but this Mamoswine is a beast as far as those combination attacks go. The only thing that is holding Mamoswine back from being the absolute best across the board is his defense. So he may not be the best defensive Pokemon to put in a gym, although I do hypothesize we're gonna see quite a lot of these guys in the gym system because he is cool, he's got a very high CP, and that's typically what people put in gyms. And then the only other thing that we're gonna note here, look at how high Regice is for defense. We are at 356 and Mamoswine is only 157. So he is over double the amount of defense, which doesn't really matter as far as attacking goes, but that's pretty odd that Regice is so high in defense that we cannot put him in gyms to be a defender, which is one thing to note. We already knew that, but to actually see the stats is absolutely incredible. And then we have Articuno coming down. Glaceon is actually going to be one of the other Gen 4 ice evolutions and also has a pretty good attack. So the ice is really getting boosted up. We're going to review those in another video when we're talking all about ice Pokemon. But right now, top 2, Mamoswine is holding down the top ice spot. And he is a supreme Pokemon, meaning he is a Pokemon that we must have, and he's going to be very, very meta relevant in the game, so he is very useful. And then also the combination of him being ice and ground is really, really useful for Mamoswine because he's getting ice moves which are very effective against flying and dragon type Pokemon, which is super, super effective. We're getting a 1.96, almost 2 times the amount of damage on these type of Pokemon. So using him against a Rayquaza, when we see the shiny Rayquaza, which we don't know when, is going to be very effective. Any Dragonites, Salamanders, if those guys ever are released into the gym system, very, very effective. And he's also able to do 1.4 damage to other flying types such as Lugia and Zapdos, so that is really effective for us. And the ice moves are also really effective against ground move Pokemon such as Rhydon, Rhyperior, and Groudon, and Golem. So these ice moves are absolutely amazing right here. But, you know, Mamoswine also is a ground type Pokemon, but since he is a ground type Pokemon and he is not really as strong as the other ones, we are not going to mention that. We are going to strictly use him as an ice type Pokemon. You could use him as a ground type, but there are so many more dominant ground type Pokemon attackers out there that this dude sits in second tier at least for that. So we really want to use him as an ice type attacker. So his weaknesses are fighting, steel, water, fire, and grass. And the potential moveset that we can see from him, which we don't have any confirmation of this, is Ice Shard, Frost Breath, Powder Snow, Mud Shot, and Mud Slap. So those are some of the moves that we can get. And then as far as charge moves goes, they got some pretty cool ones in here. Avalanche, Earthquake, Blizzard, Icy Wind, Ice Beam, Aurora Beam, Ancient Power, Rock Tomb, Bulldoze, Stone Edge, Body Slam. Woo! That guy has got some serious damaging moves in there. One of my personal favorite is the Ice Beam. The Ice Beam is a 2-bar special. When I am attacking, I either want a 2 or a 3-bar special because you're able to get them off on legendaries so fast. So it makes it very important to have a quicker, more powerful, fast attack. And so that is the number 2. So let me know what you guys think. Which one is more impactful for your Pokemon game? Is it Rhyperior and why? Or is it Mamoswine and why? And what does that bring to your game that you do not have in your Pokedex? Drop it in the comments. Share this for the people that are looking for what the top 2 Gen 4 evolution Pokemon are going to be. And of course, I will see you out on the next video when we are going to break down the second tier of the Gen 4 amazing starters in Pokemon Go. Thank you for tuning in, guys. I appreciate you being part of the Trainer Club.